No. How
in
frustrating is that?
Guatemala. I mean, it was really funny because she was talking all about how we have to go with the flow and just let things happen and take them as they are. And I suddenly realized, oh my God, I just literally haven't recorded any of it. I don't think it
Yes.
was me. This is saying live and recording. What that means is you're currently on my YouTube and you're on my LinkedIn, or you should be on my
Sure.
LinkedIn in a minute. Okay, so tell
Okay.
us quickly. So this is Kira,
Sure.
everybody, and I have got all the things. So I'm going to read out really quickly. Grief needs a rebrand, disrupting the death narrative with media, art, and community. Coming to Lifting the Lid Festival, 14th to the 17th of November. Kira, is it Kira or Kera?
It's Kara. Yep.
Kera, and so she's in the USA, and she is going to tell us very quickly about Get Griefy Magazine and the Get Griefy Small Business Collective. And she's talking about how we are talking about grief or not talking about grief. And that is what her thing is going to be about. And that's Greenwich Mean Time, 11:15 in the evening on Saturday the 15th. But I will put all the like all the international dates and times in the chat. So, Kira, tell us what you want us to know. That's probably the best thing.
Yes. Well, one, I have to apologize on the fact that I do have to be rather quick. I am an educator and I work full time as a dean of students at a high school. So I'm on my lunch break right now. But so much of what I do in this death and grief space is truly inspired by the work that I've done in the classroom. If anyone is an educator, especially in this day and age, you understand how difficult it can be to get your students to engage in what you are trying to teach them. Um, they have so many other things they would rather be doing and so many other things on their mind. And we're competing with social media, we're competing with video games, we're competing with all of the other things outside of the classrooms that students would much rather be working with. And so I feel as well that grief is very much kind of the same thing. Like, people don't necessarily always want to do their homework, right? When it comes to death, grief, bereavement, even though it's going to happen to all of us and it's something that we all have to face at some point, it's something that we would rather just avoid. And for me, all of those avoidance techniques, they eventually caught up to me in June of 2022 when my mom unexpectedly died. She was on vacation in Italy and I was in the NICU. I had just given birth to my youngest daughter. She was 5 days old. And truly, grief hit me across the face and I could not avoid it anymore. And as I found myself scouring the internet for different types of resources and things that I felt like I could relate to as a person, um, it was just one of those things where there were a lot of resources, but just not the type of resources that I personally could see myself in. And so that's kind of what I decided to do, was to create my own. Again, inspired by my students who, they were avoidant of my homework. And so I know, again, grief is something that we try to avoid. So let's draw people in. Let's bring them in. Let's bring them in with color, with cultural relevancy. Let's draw them in with things that are insanely relatable, humor infused. And so that is basically what the magazine is all about. People from all walks of life, all different types of loss, have the opportunity to participate with us, get featured, share their stories. And it is a free grief resource for the grieving community or those who work in this space that just want to feel more well-rounded and well-connected. So it's kind of like a hub of all different types of things. And yeah, that's what Get Griefy is. And that's what our collective is. It's all of these beautiful people that feel called to this space. And um, we work together, we collaborate. And so as much as grief and loss is difficult, this experience and creating this community has been incredibly purposeful. And so um, I say there's no such thing as a silver lining. We have to harvest the silver. We have to mine that silver. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're sitting in the dark for a little bit and we're finding the silver and we're bringing it to light. So.
Wow, you nailed it. That was 5 minutes and 20 seconds. And you did
I maybe
it.
practiced it a few times.
That's great. And actually, when you go and get your lunch, I can read out all your bio and everything afterwards. So we've got a bit more time talking about what you do.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you
you.
so
I
much
really
for joining
appreciate
us.
this. Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate all of the effort. And this is truly a scheduling beast trying to get all of these people, included in this. And so we appreciate you as well for doing this
Well,
for
that's
us.
Jo. I mean, Jo does all that herself. I don't know
Yeah,
how she does it. Honestly,
it's
if it was
crazy.
up to me, you'd all be doing it at all the wrong times, in all the wrong countries. It wouldn't
Yeah,
work.
scheduling. Oh man, especially international scheduling gives me a
Oh
headache.
my
So,
God, it's awful, but she's amazing. Yeah, so what are you wanting for people just before you go? What do you want? First of all, where can we find you and what do you want people to go away with
sure.
from your
So they
session?
can find me. The website for the magazine is getgriefymagazine.com. We are on Instagram at Get Griefy Magazine. We do have a Facebook. I think if you just search Get Griefy Magazine, it should pop up. And we are on LinkedIn. So we're kind of all over the place. And then if people are more interested in connecting with me personally, I do have a personal page, Lemons to Legacies. So that's what I use for more personal grief content and talking about my mom and things like that. So
Lemons to legacy. So you make, yeah, instead of lemonade. That's brilliant. Do you want to go and get yourself some lunch? Because I think
I do.
I've had you for long enough. Whereabouts are you in the US?
So I'm in the Chicagoland area, and my husband's in the military, so we are going to be moving at some point in 2026 to the East Coast, and so I'll be a little bit closer, closer to the pond that we will
Great.
eventually take over. But
You know where we are.
yes,
Oh, fab. Thank you so much for coming. If you
yeah.
if you go and get your lunch and I will fill everyone in a little bit more because I'm so sorry everybody with this all she's got. And she was really, really sweet and let us have that time. So I'll let you go and I'll then tell everybody a bit more about you.
Oh my goodness, I appreciate you. Thank you, and I love a lady with strong glasses. They're fabulous.
They're good, aren't they? You're very welcome.
All right, have a
And
great
I
rest
will
of your
see you soon.
evening. All right,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.
Okay, everybody. So, having had one massive disaster where nothing got recorded, we actually went quite well with this one. So, I am going to read out for you. So, as I said, 23:15 Greenwich Mean Time, Lifting the Lid Festival. If you just joined me, I'm just talking about Lifting the Lid Festival, and it's a full, affordable online festival about death and dying. And this person, Kera Sanchez, is in the USA as discussed, and she is on Greenwich Mean Time 23:15, Saturday the 15th. And I will put all the other times around the world in my posts that I put up about it. You're looking out for Grief Needs a Rebrand, Disrupting the Death Narrative with Media, Art and Community. And this is her description. So grief is universal, but the way we talk about it is outdated, stigmatized, and often silenced. What if, instead of whispering about loss, we gave it a new language, one infused with honesty, creativity, and color? In this session, we will explore why digital storytelling and accessible media are powerful disruptors, creating spaces where people can share, witness, and validate each other's grief without judgment, moving from isolation to solidarity to collective resilience, a cultural shift where grief is integrated into life but not hidden from it. So we're looking at the magazine. If you look at Get Griefy Magazine, you'll see that it's all about art and storytelling, and I'll read a bit more about that for you now. So this is her bio. Kera Sanchez is the founder of Get Griefy Magazine and the Get Griefy Small Business Collective, platforms dedicated to reshaping the grief narrative through storytelling, art, and community. After losing her mother in 2022, she created Get Griefy as a space for honest and relatable conversations around loss, blending resilience with wit and humanity. I think we just saw a bit of that through the collective. Kera highlights and uplifts grief-centered small businesses, building a network of entrepreneurs who are changing the way that we heal and connect. And there's something really special about all of these conversations with people in the States, all just so interested in healing and the collectives. Is really lovely. So do join her. I'll put a reel up, and I'll put all the times and all the things in, and hopefully we'll be able to get our other guest on another time, even though she is in Guatemala and she's a famous author. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to go and have something to eat. It's been a long day. See you all soon. Bye.